right outside in the Vatican, somewhere either down there or one of them statues is supposed to be the statue of Peter, and he has a finger pointed down that street. And when you go down to the end of that street, there's a building down there in the shape of a pentagram, a five-pointed star. That's where they get their power from witchcraft.
Yeah, and that's in Vatican City. And then in Washington, you have what? You have a Pentagon. All right? And the Pentagon is about what? War. They're strategists for war. If they go fight war, they consult the Joint Chiefs of Staff at the Pentagon. The planet Mars, which is the Greek god of war. All right? Okay, now I'd like the brother to get me number 35. Now you just saw a bird's eye view of Vatican City, right? Now we're going to see a bird's eye view of D.C. And it's the same setup. Okay? The same setup.
Yeah, because there's three major powers supposedly on the earth. You have the Vatican City, you have London, and then you have Washington, D.C.
Now you see that almost looks like Vatican City. But that's not Vatican City. That's Washington, D.C. You can see on the right of your screen, you can see the obelisk, all right? You can see the rotunda. You can see the Capitol building, which it looks like something out of Rome. All right.
That's the same style that the Vatican City, the building is constructed the same way.
Right, like the brother spoke about the three city states. Vatican City is one, D.C. is another, and the city-state of London is the third. At the city-state of London, that's the financial center. The city-state in Rome, which is Vatican City, that's where their spiritual edicts come from. All right? Then you have the city-state known as D.C. That's where war takes place. That's why anytime there's a war, America's so-called in the forefront. All right? Go ahead.
Revelation 16 and 13. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs.
I'm going to tell you to get that anyway. Good.
And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of the power almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, It is done. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great. And the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell. The great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High.
Great Babylon is talking about America. Not only is this Rome, modern Rome, this is also known as Egypt, and this is also known as Babylon. Go ahead.
And great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent, and men blasphemed the Most High.
That hail, every stone about the weight of a talent, is talking about the missiles that's going to be dropping on America, and that's what John saw. John the Revelator, the scholars call him, saw. All right, you can see right here. It says this is the seal of District of Columbia, Washington D.C. All right. Now, if you look at the bottom, you see a eagle being fed by a woman that looks like she's wearing a Roman toga, which that goes back to the Queen of Heaven. See, it all ties in, man. All right, you got the rising sun on the left of your screen. All right. Right, because this is Washington D.C. So this ain't nothing but the Roman Empire all over again, man. That's all it is. And this is the last leg of the Roman Empire. And like I said, their symbol, their animalistic symbol is the eagle. So this right here is Rome all over again. Like I've been saying. You got something?
Matter of fact, yeah, I got this here.
All right, go ahead.
This is First Maccabees 8:4. Then I'll jump down. And that by their policy and patience they had conquered all the place, though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost part of the earth, till they had discomfited them and given them a great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year. Verse 14. Yet for all this none of them wore a crown, or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end they might be.
And they're doing that's talking about Rome. It mentioned the word senate house. What do you have over here in America? You have three branches of government. You have the legislative, all right, which we're reading about, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, which is the Congress, all right. You have the executive, which is the so-called president, which is the Caesar, which these presidents that you see now were Caesars back in pagan Rome. And then you have the judiciary, all right, which I believe that's Article 2 of the Constitution. And that's where you have the Supreme Court, and then you have the inferior courts under the Supreme Court, which is set up the same way as ancient Rome. All right, go ahead.
Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end they might be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all their country.
Now they do it once every 4 years or once every 8 years. That's why when you go back to Daniel, the 7th chapter, it speaks about the beasts being different diverse from all the other beasts, because all the other beasts before that, they had kings that sat on the throne, and when that king got old and died, then his son would take over. So Rome was different, because the Senate had voted in who was going to be the next Caesar, and he ruled for a certain amount of time. If they didn't like him, they'd kill him, because ultimately that's what they did to Julius Caesar. The Senate killed him. And the last guy, I think they stuck him 23 times. And the last guy to hit him with that fatal blow was Brutus. All right? Go ahead.
And that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them.
Right. Okay, now I want to go back to the scriptures. Let's go to Habakkuk, the 1st chapter and the 8th verse.
Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 8. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat. They shall come off of violence. Their faces shall sup up as the east wind.
And that's what the both sides set up the so-called white man to be a violent man. When he comes for you, he busts your door down, man. That's what these so-called police do. The local police, the FBI, Because these were the same people that were back in the reincarnation. They were your Roman officers.